Sorry, guys. Sort of bit in my hand, and I lift the hammer up.
Nice!
And crush it! No.
So, Cal steps up and smacks the hammer, and surprisingly, the bell rings. The little rock, what would that be called? Thing.
Like a pressure plate?
Yeah, it actually goes up, not extremely hard, but it goes up, and there's a nice ding as it falls back down and bounces on the ground again. The orc that handed Cal the hammer stands up a little bit taller, his brows raised, looks at Cal, and just kind of slowly claps a little bit, and then hands over 5 gold.
Heck yeah, boy. What's up?
Anybody else going to play?
Eli glances around and steps forward.
Alright.
Didn't want to, you know.
Lay just decided to sort of crouch down and watch. It's like, how does this work?
Okay, Eli, take the hammer and roll a strength check.
Alright.
Very nice. The same as before, you wind up and you smack the pressure pad, and the little rock that's inside the tube almost goes up, and it just barely grazes the bell, but you still hear that sharp chime. And the orc nods, kind of impressed, you know, and it hands you 5 gold, but says nothing else.
He grins. It goes back to everybody else.
More impressive when a tiny little person does
A
it.
tiny little fae. Is Arkin going to join in these funds, or is he going to stay in the back alley?
Oh, I can move?
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, you can come join them.
Cool.
Lay's still sort of trying to work out what the purpose of hitting bell is meant to do.
Okay,
He's not grasping it.
real quick, is it Arkin or Archin?
Archon.
Archon.
Archin. Gotcha.
So when you go into your character sheet, there on the left side of your character sheet, there's just STR, DEX. Just click STR. There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, this, the orcs kind of snicker a little bit, maybe a little nastily, as a tiefling steps up and takes the hammer. Clearly not too thrilled with tiefling, but they're getting paid for this, so they don't really care. And they watch as you... What?
These guys are being paid to stand around and look tough.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
And they watch as you wind up, smack that pressure plate, and pretty easily that little rock just goes up, ding, and bounces back down. And once again, they kind of begrudgingly have to hand over 5 gold.
I go, nice, and sort of clap Archin on the back.
Seeing that this is, how even, you know, the stranger of the group, because Lay does not know who Archon is at all, he's like, okay, I can do this. So he'll step up and try.
I start clapping for Lay. Buddy needs it.
Fill him with pride.
She's like, okay, I can do this.
No. So, the orcs...
And never tried anything new again.
The orcs let Lay have a swing, and we all kind of watch as Lay awkwardly fumbles with this hammer, clearly never really doing anything like this before in his life. And he swings, and the little rock goes, boom, only about halfway up before falling down again. Ah, lad, you need to work those muscles more, one orc says, and that's the end of it. They take the hammer back from Lay, kind of snickering.
Light just sort of disappears. He shrinks back. He's like, I'm no good.
Someone roll me another d6. Okay. Get that one. So, this one, it's kind of in the middle of the marketplace, and it is oddly advertised as one of the king's favorite games, which of course draws a lot of attention. So there's a lot of people kind of sitting around, and as you get closer you realize there is a large table with stacks of 6-inch pies. And there is a sign there saying, if you are brave, if you think you can out-eat the king, step on up.
I'm staying out of this one.
Same.
It's hard work keeping your figure this nice.
Anybody going to try to eat a dozen 6-inch pies?
I will do it.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Light timidly sneaks forward.
Okay.
He'll try.
So, you two that are going to try to out-eat the king, I need you guys to roll fortitude saves.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't do this one.
Wait, sorry, what do I have to do?
So when you go into your character sheet, I have to pull one up to know where I'm looking. When
It's
you,
underneath.
It's
all that.
yep, it says F-O-R-T. That's fortitude.
Oh.
All right. So, you guys all sit at your designated spot with a giant pile of 6-inch pies in front of you. You have a dozen of them. That is King Makota's record. Can you beat it? At the sound of the bell, everybody at this table just starts eating as much as they can. Whipped cream and pie filling just is flying everywhere. There's orcs that are snorting and drooling beside you. It's a mess.
That's disgusting.
Archon,
But I'm here for it.
unfortunately, you only get through about 3 pies before you feel yourself bloating up and disgusted by what is going on, and you have to stop, otherwise you're going to get sick. Lay. Lay. You eat and eat, you get through about 6 or 7 of them, and you feel like you're doing really good, but you can't go at the speed anymore that you were. You're a Vargan, you can eat, but you don't think you can eat like the king.
Who's
Eat.
also a bargain.
Yes. Eli, you get through 10 of those pies. Get through it, and then the buzzer sounds. You were so close, but there's an orc beside you that has eaten all 12. Good try, you guys. You cannot eat like the king, which is probably a good thing.
So, while they're partaking in this particular game, I am going to throw a little bag in front of me and pull out my loot.
Okay?
Start playing.
Okay. Roll.
And
Watching
Thaddeus, I'm casting. I am casting summon instrument, and I'm handing you a maraca, and I give me a beat.
Okay.
Alright, Cal. Roll me a performance.
Okay, now if I mess this up,
What are you doing, child?
heck yeah,
Sorry, 1 second here. My child is being
you're
weird.
good.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, almost
Um,
like I know what I'm doing.
Who did you hand the maraca to? Thaddeus?
Yeah, that is.
Okay, Thaddeus, just for shits, Can you roll me a performance?
Sure.
Okay. So, Thaddeus is
It starts shaking him violently up and down.
yeah, it starts really slow, like, and then it's like he just doesn't know what he's doing, and he's getting angry, and he just, and people are kind of moving away from him, like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, it's fine, Thaddeus, and I put the maraca away.
But after you kind of get things under control, Cal, you sit there and you get... You are, after just a few minutes of just the time span of them doing this eating contest, you get 50 coins. 50 gold coins.
What is up?
The people are very generous during the holidays.
Huh?
The people are very generous during celebrations.
Oh yeah.
Roll me a d6. I imagine there's some screaming in there.
What is this?
What's in this?
Starts like cracking it open.
So, as you kind of finally move on, you know, Archon, Lay, and Eli a little bit staggering, a little bit kind of, oh god, what did I just do? You make your way through, and there's a kind of hidden out of the way behind some food shops is a little booth with like almost fish bowls, little tiny fish bowls, and in each side, each one are little eggs, and standing there is a small little water nymph woman. And she stands there, she's kind of shy looking, but as she sees you guys approaching, she brightens. Come try my game. You could win your new best friend.
Lay is sort of semi-fascinated by the prospect of a new best friend.
The little nymph notices Lay's ears kind of perk up and twitch a little bit, and she looks directly at you, Lay. Please, come! All you have to do is throw this little ball. It will not hurt the eggs. You get it into a bowl, and you get to keep that egg. It will hatch, hopefully, into a beautiful water kite.
Lay just sort of tilts his head and he goes, no one will be my best friend other than Moki, and then just sort of
What are you doing?
How dare you
How
try to take
dare-
your best friend?
He's got like that stupid, mildly offended look, like no one's gonna replace my best friend.
There.
How dare! She's kind of maybe a little off-put, but then she turns to look at Eli, who she clearly sees has a water kite following him. Come try for another of those wonderful creatures.
Eli looks back at Excalibur, who still has the
Duck.
the duck in his mouth, and is kind of crunching on it a little bit while watching Eli. Yeah. And he sighs and steps forward.
Yeah.
It's a festival.
It's a
and there
festival.
are games, and these are fun. And who cares if he doesn't win?
Alright, so you are given a ping pong ball, and I need you to just roll a d20. Very nice. So,
Yay!
Eli steps up and takes one of the ping pong balls, and the little nymph just seems so excited watching as you line up and finally toss the ball. The ping pong ball bounces, tunk, tunk, thunk, bounces around for what seems like ever, and finally it kind of spirals into a clear bowl with a vibrant purple and gold egg. And she cheers excitedly, her hair just flying around her as she bounces, and she bounces over to this bowl, grabs it, brings it over to you, and grabs your hand and dumps very gently the water kite egg into your palm. And it should hatch soon, she says as she goes and pulls another water kite egg from behind the counter, puts it into the bowl, and replaces the bowl.
He steps back, cradling the egg,
Aw.
and Excalibur is now very interested in the thing that his person has in his hands, and is trying to climb up Eli to see what he's got. Yeah.
Does anybody else want to try?
Yes.
Yes? Step forward.
Yes.
Take a ping pong ball and just roll a d20. The d20s, if you hover over the bar on the left, there's one that looks like a 20-sided dice, and you'll see it says d20. Just click that. Very nice. Very nice. So you step forward, and once again, this nymph just looks ecstatic, just thrilled to be watching you guys play her cleverly made game. And you toss the ping pong ball, and once again, tink, 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 and it kind of sporadic just bounces around. Looks like it's going to go wild, but then finally kind of bounces closer to the center, and then tunk, 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 into a golden bowl. She shrieks. The nymph just loses her shit. She's so excited. And she bounces over to the bowl and holds it up for Archon. And inside is not only a vibrant gold egg, but also it sits on 10 golden coins. And she grabs your hand and gently dumps it all into your hands. Please take good care of that one. And once again refills the bowl and returns it back to where it was. You have almost made back what you spent on that shrunken head.
I'm gonna lean over to Arch and be like, dude, she's totally into you. Are none of us girls? I just realized this.
No, none of you are. Oh god, this is a whole sausage fest. This might be fun.
Woo!
No wonder everybody on the island is gay.
You think that even the companions are male.
Yeah.
Even the horse and the dragon thing.
The dragon thing.
Like, everyone's a dude.
Anybody else going to play this one, or should we mosey to the last game?
This is our clubhouse. No girls allowed. No grills.
No girls.
Females, no thank you.
Someone
So,
else gonna play?
no? Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. What?
Oh, he was just gonna try to encourage because it's fun and
Go ahead. Try to encourage.
Yeah, roll to encourage.
Yeah. No, really. Roll a diplomacy for whoever you're going to...
Because
that
like,
is.
Thaddeus. Okay.
Oh god.
because Lay
You
is
should play, you
pretty
should
sure
play.
that Lay is pretty much made up his mind. He's like, I'm
Oh,
not having to do
gosh.
that for it.
I'm gonna join in too.
I remain unconvinced.
I'm gonna join in too.
Okay.
Thaddeus really, really should play.
Okay, dude. Yeah. Okay, so as you try, Eli, you kind of, at least get a little bit of an eyebrow raise from Thaddeus, but the moment Cal opens his mouth, his face just falls again, and he just turns around and walks away.
Oh, he's gonna be fun to mess with.
So, the last game, you guys, it's finally starting to get a little bit darker. It's about sunset. You go to the last game, it's just about to start closing up for the night, and it's a large, very large dartboard. You get 5 darts, 5 chances to hit the bullseye. Every bullseye gets you 5 silver. And standing there is an elf that oddly looks like he's trying to cosplay as Legolas.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
And he's standing there, clearly a little less charming and a little less outgoing as a lot of elves. He's standing there kind of hands clasped in front of him, just kind of awkwardly smiling at people as they go by, hoping that somebody will come and play this game.
Oh. I feel like I have to.
Phoenix, quit pulling her tail.
I'll
How
step
dare
up
you
and
play
play
on
it.
my guilt.
Okay, so... Okay, so... okay. I had to turn lights on, sorry. So I'll have you guys one at a time. Whoever's first, step up, take your 5 darts, and roll dexterity checks 5 times.
You wanna go first or me too?
Who's going? Thaddeus, are you going?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay,
I'll go first.
yeah, Thaddeus, go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice.
Boom!
So this elf, who was very excited, a little bit slyly excited, as you guys stepped up, watches as you throw darts, and each dart, his face just kind of falls slowly, as each dart hits the bullseye.
Nice.
And after you throw your last dart, he just kind of stands there and looks back at Thaddeus and sighs before handing over 25 silver.
That just has this big shit-eating grin on his face.
Who's up next to maybe win this elf's back?
Lay, give it a
Okay, roll me 5 dexterity checks.
oh shit, here we go.
Lay is on a roll. So the first dart that Lay throws, the elf's face kind of cringes. And then he smiles a little bit, and he smiles a bit more. And then that last dart hits, and he kind of shrugs. That was a good try, he says rather happily as he just hands you 10 silver.
And then Lay just toddles to the back.
Anybody else going to play before the night comes?
I'll take. Oh yeah.
Cal?
Sorry.
Is Cal next?
No, Eli can go first.
Eli. 5 dexterity. The elf is smiling, amused as almost all the darts find the board. One goes erratic and goes whizzing over the large dartboard. And he kind of laughs. He said, "That was a good try. You did win 5." And he hands a very shiny, as if new, silver piece to you.
He takes the silver piece, and snatches it out of Excalibur's reach with the water kite and decides that silver piece is actually his.
Shiny!
Piece of candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Can I eat it?
Cal.
Exactly.
Okay. My turn. Don't
Wow.
worry about it. Don't
Wow.
worry about it.
So,
Don't worry about it. No one look at me.
the first dart
Yeah.
hits, and the elf's like, "Oh no!" You can just tell he's thinking, "Crap, we have another dude like that one, the Thaddeus dude." And then the next dart goes really wide and sticks into a tarp, and this next one it at least gets on the board. And then the fourth one goes wide and sticks into a bag of grain, and the last one digs into the ground just short of the dartboard. And the elf
In my
smiles.
defense,
And your defense?
In my defense, I was trying to hit the elf.
The elf smiles and nods and looks at you, and it just holds out a silver piece but doesn't say a word. So you guys have played all the games. The sun is setting, and the town is getting ready for the final big party of the night. They are setting off fireworks on the hills and the pastures, which are located just north of this map. People are starting to gather at the orchard spot, which is C, and preparing to watch these fireworks. People are also rolling kegs of ale out of the bars and out of their homes and sharing it with everybody. Even as you guys walk through the market, ale is shoved into your hands and people are handing out pastries and meat pies. The rest of the night you may not remember.
Lay is definitely not remembering jack shit about this night.
That doesn't freak at all.
Okay. So, you guys can, if there's anything specific you want to do, otherwise we will mosey on to the next day.
I want to get in a drinking contest.
Okay, we can do a drinking contest.
But I first try to get the rest of my group to join in with me.
Who's going to join a drinking contest?
I'll join.
Okay. Anybody else?
Lay'll do it because he's just like, oh, this seems okay. I can do this. Bad
That's the
idea.
spirit lay.
Okay. So, for the first round, it's just going to be Lay, Archon, and Cal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Eli and Thaddeus are not getting in on this?
Nope.
Okay. So, I need each of you to roll a sorry, I'm looking.
Fortitude.
I believe so. I'm just double checking here.
Yeah.
I am new at this, I'm sorry. Okay. So, I need you guys to roll a fortitude save.
Okay, my luck has not been great tonight. Oh, what's up? What is good?
Okay. So, you guys, people have already heard of you guys challenging each other, and a dwarf, a man, a bearded man that looks oddly familiar to you guys, actually, steps forward with a keg strapped to his back for the festival. You recognize him as the owner of the Crossroads Bar, and he hands you guys some of your strongest, what he calls whiskey ale. And
Oh boy.
you guys, he smiles and hands him to you and kind of sits back and watches as you guys chug. After the first drink, Lay, instantly you feel yourself almost numb. It's just, you can't do it. You already can feel your stomach churning, and you're beginning to feel it. You can try again, but you're gonna take some negatives. The other two, you throw back the drinks with no problem. Lay, if you continue, you can. You'll just take a -2 to your roll.
Lay'll try. She's like, it can't be that bad.
Okay.
I'm feeling's not. Is it normal? It's okay.
Alright, second round.
Yep, second round. Roll fortitudes.
Dang, Lay, okay. We see you.
All right.
I still don't use that.
Okay, Archon. The second one, you were starting to feel the first one a little bit, but this second one, Phoenix, will you stop pulling the cat's tail? Oh, the second one, it hits you, and it hits you good. Roll me a d6. Yeah. Sorry, Archon, but you think you're gonna finish your drink, but just as you finish it, and you stand up tall, thinking you successfully drank it, everything comes back up. You are out of this drinking contest. Cal, you drink, you chug, and you heave a little bit, but you keep it down. You get to continue. Weirdly enough, even though that first drink hit you hard, Lay, you throw back that second one, your cheeks are rosy, you're feeling a little warm, but you can continue on.
It's like when you drink so much, you just become sober again.
Yeah. So...
Late just has this really confused grin on his face. He's like...
Morgan don't handle alcohol well.
Oh, no.
Cal
You
and...
just have to get
used to it, yeah. Cal and Lay, roll.
Lay's gonna sort of squint at Cal. He's like,
Dang away.
Cal, roll me a d6.
Oh boy.
You are lucky. Cal, you chug this last one, and you kind of stumble a little bit, and you feel everything starting to rise up. You feel that urge. You take a few deep breaths, and finally kind of settle down. You can continue, but you're going to take a negative on this next roll. Lay, you kind of wonder for a minute if you're going to get it, but you do, and you think you can continue.
and I sort of just look at Cal and I'm like, are we gonna do it again?
I just like really intense look and just nod once. Throw another one back.
Oh.
Okay.
Not a party until someone smells like vomit.
Both of you roll a d6.
What should be a 1? Oh, 3.
Okay, so first, you both throw your drinks back, and Cal is really looking a little hurt here. And finally, he heaves. Everything comes back. Cal, you will be taking a -2 on all rolls for the rest of the night.
Oh jeez.
Lay, you stumble and rock, and finally you kind of rock back and sit down. And there you probably will not remember the rest of the night, but you are not able to continue.
Okay. And then passes out.
Just lay down.
There is your drinking contest.
Please just like around at some point, Tabs wander back into town and find him, and then probably just lick his face to death to try and wake him up. Why are you comatose on the ground, human?
What are you doing down there?
So, are you guys doing anything else for the rest of the night, or are you just gonna watch fireworks and crash?
Yeah, I think that's.
Watch
I'm gonna.
Crash.
Okay.
Eat some of those meat pies.
Eat some of those meat pies.
In my drunken state, I'm gonna try to fly up into a tree for a better look, but I just kind of like bounce around in the bushes before I give up.
Before you just give up.
It's like, hey.
Okay, so when the next morning comes around, Cal and Lay are suffering from some headaches, but otherwise you're not going to have any stat effects. Really? Okay, thank you. Surprisingly, when you guys awake the next morning, the streets are all clean. Every trace of the party that had happened the night before is gone, and everything seems to calm and normal. The market is full of vendors, as on a normal morning, selling everything from handmade goods to pastries and jewelry. The blacksmith has somebody standing in for him selling handmade jewelry, and most of the shops have their doors open, welcoming customers. People are going about their day as normal. The farmers are out in the field tending to the plants and the livestock. You guys, all that you were told was to spend the night investigating, but otherwise you guys need to find your first lead. Where are you guys gonna go first?
Was anyone else hungry?
Good.
1 second. I'll just ask you, Brian, has, your Thaddeus's, master joined them yet? Will he join them this morning, or will he wait?
He'll wait.
Okay. So Thaddeus will be his spokesperson.
It's Nana.
again.
That's probably in the town square where his market or merchant booth is.
Okay. Oops, I'm adjusting the wrong person. We'll put you right there. Thad, give me a perception roll. As you're standing there at your little booth, you hear some people walk by. And they say, you hear them just kind of talking. You don't hear the full conversation. I heard about that last night. Do you think they're going to take on people yet, or is it going to stay livestock? I don't know, the other one says, and they just kind of fade out as they walk away from you.
Do I know of any livestock farms nearby?
You know, just from the short time you've been on the island, that the pastures up towards 6, there's the main grain field there, but there are a lot of small farms on the outskirts of town, especially to the north of town. There's quite a few different livestock. The main livestock is known as the Fayley river ox, which are kind of short, stocky, hairy oxen.
Okay. I'll mosey on up there and see if I can see anything of interest.
Okay, I'll put you up there, and I'll just put you on hold for a minute. What are you other guys doing?
Hey, has anyone seen Thaddeus?
Lay's going to sort of retract out of town a little bit, turn into his feral form, and he's just going to sort of roam through town while Tabs just grazes away.
Is he roaming, looking for anything particular, or?
It's just, in a sense, sort of just going along, listening.
Okay, roll me a perception then. As you're going through town, the only thing that really catches his attention is that he does catch a scent of Thaddeus.
He's going to follow that trail because that's someone who smells familiar. Why does that smell familiar? And just nose to the ground, just follows.
Okay.
They're breaking the cardinal rule of role playing.
Right? Don't leave!
Don't leave what?
Don't split the party!
Don't split the party. Bad things happen. Things slow down. It's fine.
You're still early, you're okay.
Yeah, and then we have the perfect opportunity to regroup, and Lay's just like, nah, I won't tell him.
Lay's just like, I found someone familiar. Let's follow.
I know that smell.
Exactly.
I love how I'm just like, hey, where's Thaddeus? And Lay is just like, walks off.
So are you three staying together then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
As
So-
long as we can get some breakfast.
Okay. Well, if that is your goal, there are. I have so many freaking links. Actually, roll me a knowledge local, Eli and Cal. Actually, you all could, but Archon would not know shit, probably.
Local?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Stop! Come back.
Okay, Eli. Well, you both would know this, but you know that the biggest hot spot in the morning for breakfast is Minotaur Bakery. And then there's, if you want something a little more sweet, there's the Chocolate Rose, which you can see from where you're standing. And then there's, you can always go down to the Crossroads for a more like greasy spoon type breakfast. All three locations are decent for with population where you might hear some things. Crossroads tends to be more packed, while the Chocolate Rose tends to be a little more laid back and quiet.
So what do you guys say we go to the bakery and get us some breakfast?
I just kind of nod my agreement, feeling a little hungover.
Archon, right?
Oh wait, am I a part of this?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Breakfast at the bakery?
yeah. I could go for food.
Okay.
Let's go to the bakery and get some breakfast.
So you
Sorry, imagine Arjun just like staring at the ceiling in the background. He's like, "Oh wait, are you guys talking to me?"
So you guys walk through the middle of town of the market, and just sitting just outside, probably about like right here on the edge, looking into the market square, is Minotaur Bakery. It is marked by a large sign of a horned ox kind of style head with a pie in front of it. And when you walk in, it is a very large bakery with fine wood and even stone flooring. It has a very small sitting area, but it's filled with antique overstuffed couches and coffee tables. It's very homey and warm. The counter is wooden with wooden shelves covered by parchment and flimsy panes of glass. Despite the worn and antique look, the shop is very clean, warm, and it just smells amazing. Behind the counter, a large, very large, standing close to 8 feet tall, large Minotaur man. His coat is pure brown with a nice white star in the middle of his forehead. His name, Jorgus Spirit Tongue. He is the face of the bakery and the main baker, while his wife, Florina, is the main decorator and housekeeper. His daughter, Awa, who you can see hiding in the back, is often in the market getting him fresh ingredients or running a frozen cream booth during the warm days. As you walk in, Jorgus just beams. He recognizes Cal and Eli. Maybe not too much, but enough that he just perks up. He brightens. Welcome, good morning! I saw you guys having a good laugh last night.
Oh shh.
Eli just had to smile.
The Minotaur is extremely excited, and his wife kind of walks by. She is a smaller, pure white Minotaur with blue eyes and a pink nose. Very, very different looking for a Minotaur. As she walks by, puts her hand on his back and whispers something to him, making him kind of settle down a little bit. You can see him collect himself and kind of clears his throat. I hear you have good jobs from the kings. What shall I get you to get you started on such important business?
Eli glances to Cal and Archon to see if they're going to talk first or if he should talk first, because the whole talking over people thing isn't cool.
Isn't cool. Before you can even say anything, the Minotaur man, he just beams. I know what you want! I will bring you the best special, a soldier's breakfast. It will be great. It will keep you going all day. Just go sit down. And before you can even say anything, he turns and vanishes into the back.
So, Eli's laughing. He's gonna go find his phone.
As you walk by,
Okay.
okay, all three of you make a perception check.
I seriously love him. He's like my favorite character right now. Because
Don't worry, he's one of my favorite NPCs I think I've ever written. I love Jorgus.
Win!
Win!
oh my goodness.
Eli is... Archon, roll me a perception. Character sheet, and it's like halfway down on the right.
It's in alphabetical order, so
Yeah.
you can scroll down to P.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So,
Hey!
Eli is still laughing to himself, oblivious to everybody else that's sitting around. Cal is just a little too hungover to even care about anything else. But Archon, I need you to roll a D10 for me. Okay. All right. So as you guys kind of settle down, Archon, you overhear these two women that are talking. They're older women. One looks like the wife of a farmer. She just looks sun-worn. She kind of has the calluses on her hands that comes with gardening. And she's talking to this younger woman who you, just after glancing, might be her daughter. That pharaoh vampire took another one of your father's yaks last night. And the younger woman sighs, again? Isn't that the fourth one? And the older woman nods. 4 in 2 weeks. It's getting bold. Took it right next to the house. And as they're speaking, they kind of get up, gather their things, and walk off, still muttering with each other. So you can either keep that information to yourself, or you can, if you want to share it with others, you just have to tell us that you share it.
Oh, okay. I'll tell everyone.
Okay. So that is what you heard. That is what you heard in the Minotaur Bakery. So as you guys are sitting there, the Jorgus comes out and with just as much energy as he had before. Plops. Oh, you son of a bitch. Helps if I use the right keyboard. Plops 3 large plates in front of you. There is a large bowl of what looks like a large bowl of a porridge of some sort with honey or marmalade on top. Next to it is a fried piece of bread topped with a piece of possibly ham? You're not quite sure what it looks like because it's a little overdone. And then next to it is a bowl of fresh fruit cream. What we call pretty much a fresh like fruit ice cream. And topped with pieces of snowberries and blueberries. And then to top it all off, he gives you each a glass of elderberry wine, typical in this area with a breakfast meal, because it's very mild and sweet. Here is a perfect meal for you guys. Go out there, teach these monsters who are bosses. And after a glance from his wife, he clears his throat again. If you need anything else, just let me know. And he scurries back.
I was gonna ask
what?
something, but I forgot.
So, Eli had been watching the door thinking until the food ended up in front of him. And now he's grinning like
So-
an idiot and starts eating.
What was his name? Jorgus?
Jorgus.
Awesome. Great to remember.
Jorgus Spirit Tongue.
I'm largely just gonna ignore the food and walk back over to him.
Okay.
I say, Jorgus, sort of lean on the counter. Do you know any of the people who have gone missing?
Jorgus, the moment you lean on the counter, he just brightens up. You can tell he's full-on people person. And he puts both massive hands on the counter and leans closer to you. His face about inches from your nose as he just waits anxiously for your question. And then the moment your words come out, he kind of falls. And I hate you because I have to pull up my list. I didn't have my list up. Give me 2 shakes here. I need my list of victims. My mic cut out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear my thing of Jorgus or?
Kind of. You
Okay.
said he leaned in real close.
Leaned real close, his nose merely inches from yours. And then I said, hold on a second, because I have to find my list of victims. Yeah, I wasn't. You would think I would think of that, and I didn't. More journal entries. I have like everything else open except my Wendigo page. Coronation, Winter Race. Man, there we go. Monsters Among Us. Okay, so he kind of falls a little bit, and he kind of darkens as he stands up. I knew most of them just from seeing them around town, but the first victim that they found, I knew her. She was the one that they found near the cliffs when the snow cleared. He looks depressed and, kind of reminiscing about the woman that was first found about 3 years ago.
His ribs.
Yes, I know. Please don't. Please.
She sneezed.
You gonna?
Hang on. Sorry.
Okay.
Goodbye.
As
Bye bye.
ta-ta.
Okay. So, still leaning on the counter, real close to this guy. Hey, is there anyone we can talk to about the people that have gone missing?
The Minotaur kind of rubs his nose and snorts and thinks for a minute. Well, Miss Kyra, that's a good apple right there. But if you really want first-hand experience, according to what I've heard, I haven't seen her, but they rescued a woman. Alive. He kind of clarifies.
They didn't rescue a dead person.
But I don't know who she is. She was saved by the Kings about a year ago. Her and her partner went missing. They were on the missing list. But I don't know who she is personally.
Do you think Kyra will know?
I'm sure she will. She may not like your kind, but...
Yeah, I get the sense he doesn't like me much.
He kind of shrugs, like, what do you do? But yes, if you play your cards right, Miss Kyra. He just kind of nods, and I like that little Faye. But he kind of turns around as if he was about to walk away and turns back. If you go into the market, in the center, near the statue, the fountain, you should know this, lad. There is the bulletin board. You might have to flip a few pages, but there should be the reports. They report whoever they have found or who is missing on that board.
Alright, well, thank you for your time.
He kind of nods to you, rubs his one massive antler on one side, antler horn, and turns and starts talking to his wife in a different tongue.
Okay. I go sit back down.
So, as you guys are eating, we're going to... Thaddeus, you are up at the farms. What are you doing?
What are you?
Just investigating, seeing if I can follow up on the rumor I heard.
Oh, okay. I had to remember what rumor you heard. Okay. Do a perception roll for me. As you go up there, you can kind of see that some of the cattle and the first ranch that you come up to, it's a small ranch with only about a dozen head of cattle. But you can tell that the cows just seem a little uneasy, but from where you are, you can't really see anything wrong with them. But that you do notice that you know enough of agriculture just from your trade that you can tell that something has the cattle a little bit wound up. And as you're looking, Lay, are you still tracking Thaddeus? You reach him by now.
Thad just looks down like, what the hell?
Lay, you can roll a perception check here for me. Oh shit, Lay. As you get there and you sit at his foot, you can hear the cows kind of braying in a distressed tone, and you can smell the very clear metallic smell of cattle blood. And when you finally look, if you just crane just a little bit and look towards the barn of this farm, you can see a dead cow, a dead yak, laying near the barn, just between the barn and the house.
Just out of curiosity, can Barkins speak in their animal form?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Many don't like to, just because it's hard to speak common in their form, because their native tongue is meant to speak without the movement of lips. So
Okay,
when they speak common, it's going to be a little jumbled and funky, but they can. Thaddeus, are you going to follow Lay?
Yep.
Yeah? Both of you roll perceptions again. Holy shit, Thaddeus.
Nat 20.
Very good. Thaddeus, I'm not even going to make you roll a knowledge check because you did a nat 20. As you guys get closer, you can see the very distinct bite marks in this creature's, about the soft of its throat. Thaddeus, you instantly recognize it as either a chupacabra or a vampire bite. You're not quite sure which one. They're both very similar bites, but it is clearly a bite from a bloodsucker of some sort. And Lay, you do smell this potent, musky smell. You do a either a nature or a dungeoneering check for me. Oh, Jesus shit, Lay. You recognize the smell as a vampire. You've smelled them on the island before. Usually they're pretty harmless on the vampire, but this one smells more potent than those. It smells stronger. It's almost gagging. It is so strong on this ox.
Is it just the one dead?
Only one
ox?
dead. Only one.
Can I check to see if I can pick up a trail?
Do a is that survival?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a survival check for me.
This isn't gonna go well. Oh, went better than I thought.
Not as bad as you thought.
I have a 2 in it.
Yeah, that's not too bad though. When you, after looking around for a little bit, you can see a very faint blood trail, probably coming from the vampire's mouth, you assume, leading to the south. But you lose it once you get out of the pastures.
So, just outside the pastures, I lose the trail.
Yep, you lose the trail, but it is heading south.
Like, towards the town, or...?
Towards the town, towards the trail that you came up on.
Okay.
You can try. You can certainly try. Survival.
Survival.
The smell of that vampire has just burned your nose, and you can't seem to tell anymore where it's stronger or weaker. You pretty much can just see the blood trail that Thaddeus has already followed, and then you just kind of lose it. Poor Lay.